Welcome to another half hour of news across Nigeria. I'm Joyce Onwoso. It's always a delight to have you join me on Dateline. As always, we have interesting stories from states, IDP camps, the Maiduguri flood, or just the update you need to stay apprised. Let's take this break. I'll be back.
When the city is getting too loud, you need a home. Home is love, peace, and tranquility. Home is Housing TV Africa. Housing TV Africa, your first in housing news.
Welcome back to Dateline. Vice President Kashim Shettima has visited the internally displaced persons IDP camp in Gwada, Shiroro local government area of Niger State, which has become a temporary home for many of the victims. He expressed his solidarity and support for the displaced persons affected by the recent surge in banditry and devastating floods that have plagued the region.
We have come to reaffirm his commitment, his irrevocable commitment towards ameliorating the sufferings of our people. This is a symbolic gesture, but we have come on an assessment tour, and I want to assure the government and people of Niger State that the President is poised to assist all states of the Federation towards addressing those challenges. 3 billion naira has been released to each state of the Federation towards addressing the issues of floodings across the length and breadth of this nation. But this is just a tip of the iceberg. We'll be very scientific in our approach, and all states that deserve to be supported will be fully supported.
Shettima underscored the federal government's determination to alleviate the hardships faced by the displaced individuals and bring meaningful relief to those affected by these unfortunate events. In his remarks, Governor Bago said that the visit was to sympathize with people affected by flood disasters and insecurity, and thanked the Vice President for his physical presence.
We are grateful for this visit, and we are hopeful that we will get more from the federal government, being a home to 4 hydropower dams in Nigeria. And we know that at this part of the season, we have a lot of overflow from these dams, and year in, year out, people are displaced. And crops and farms and livelihoods are destroyed.
According to the state government, 46,853 people are displaced, with 5,863 households affected. Of the figure, about 5,863 and 23,450 men and women were affected, with 17,540 children also affected by flood, banditry, and communal conflict.
We appreciate government for this gesture, but they need to improve on security so that we can go back to our homes.
We are staying here for 6 years, and government is helping us for food, but we need to go back to our village.
The Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Bala Abubakar, has expressed confidence in the efforts undertaken by the Nigerian Air Force and other security agencies to improve the safety of lives and properties in Sokoto State. He also expressed solidarity with the government and people of Sokoto in light of recent security challenges, and assured of NAF's commitment to continually bolster security efforts as situations demand going forward. The Chief of the Air Staff made this statement during a courtesy call at the Sokoto State Government House, where he was received by the Deputy Governor, His Excellency Alhaji Idris Mohammed Gobi, on behalf of His Excellency Governor Ahmed Aliyu. This visit was part of his itinerary during an operational tour of the Nigerian Air Force 119 Composite Group stationed in the state.
So the aim of my visit also is to assess the unit's operational readiness. This will enable us to implement meaningful interventions that will enhance the unit's performance and operational efficiency.
In his response, the Deputy Governor expressed delight over the visit of the Air Marshal and his entourage. He added that the state government and the entire people of the state recognize the value and contributions of the Nigerian Air Force to ongoing internal security operations in the state. He therefore assured the Chief of Air Staff that Sokoto State government would provide all necessary support to ensure the operational efficiency of the NAF in the state. During the visit, the Chief of the Air Staff also conducted a thorough assessment of the unit's ongoing developmental projects, operational readiness, and personnel welfare. Meanwhile, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, has restructured the operations in Zamfara State to curb the activities of bandits. Musa stated that the operations have now assumed a theater command status, with general officers commanding 7 as component commanders. He explained that this development aims to ensure better collaboration and control between security agencies.
You can see the quantum success that we've achieved. Almost 30 motorcycles, 3 PKTs, AK-47, AK rifles, RPGs, and a number of them killed. It shows the commitment that if we work together as a team, we can succeed.
A statement by the Director of Defense Information, Brigadier General Tukos Gusau, indicated that Musa made these remarks during a visit to the Zamfara State Governor, Dauda Lawal. Gusau also noted that the Chief of Defense Staff revealed the new operational code name, which is now known as Operation Fasan Yama.
What we are going to do now is we are turning the operation into a theater, just like how we have in the Northeast.
My government is fully committed to cooperate with the military and other security agencies in the state.
The Presidential Compressed Natural Gas Initiative has recently commenced the inspection, distribution and installation of CNG kits for commercial motorists in Ogun State. According to the News Agency of Nigeria, NAN, 500 CNG cylinders and kits were allocated across 3 centers in the state. At the Abeokuta Conversion Center, Mr. Olugboyega Ademeyin, Director of Vehicle Inspection Services at the Ministry of Transportation, emphasized that vehicles must first pass a thorough inspection to determine their suitability for conversion. Once certified, vehicles will receive a kit for the conversion process. Ademehin further explained that 60 CNG cylinders, 10 units of 75 liters and 50 units of 65 liters would be distributed at the Ogun Public Works Agency.
It is to educate people that CNG is a good fuel, because traditionally petrol, diesel has been used in this country since so many years. So to bring on the platform of gas, they have done this initiative, and this initiative people will tell to others that gas is very good.
Agbelogba Center. He noted that the 75-liter cylinders could support journeys up to 150 kilometers. The center will also accommodate public members for conversions in the coming months.
So we thank the President. The price is very low, while the petrol price is very high. So we like the initiative.
On safety, Ademehin assured that the cylinders, which are molded rather than welded, boast a thickness of 60 millimeters and have been certified by the Standards Organization of Nigeria, SON, for their strength and fire-resistant properties.
This particular one is certified by the Standard Organization of Nigeria. You can see when we're trying to check the cylinder, it's a mold, it's not welded. And the cylinder is as thick as 60 millimeters. It is bulletproof, accident-proof, so it's very safe. And the gas itself, which is CNG, is lighter than air. It cannot cause any explosion.
In the same same vein, no fewer than 10,000 commercial vehicles will benefit from the federal government's compressed natural gas conversion initiative. This is as the federal compressed natural gas initiative continues the free conversion of commercial vehicles across the federation. It is hoped that this will deepen the faith of Nigerians on the revolutionary impact.
Any commercial motorist that comes here to enjoy the presidential CNG initiatives conversion incentive program, they come in here with their vehicle and they live with it. It's 100% free, both the kits and the installation. Now that motorists have an obligation. You're enjoying a government palliative. You have an obligation to pass on that palliative to the people of Nigeria. You should not be charging the same transportation fare as your counterpart that is using petrol. And so we are working with the unions, we are working with NURTW, we are working with NATO, we are working with Ritian, we are working with the Painter Taxi Association of Nigeria. And all of these vehicles also, as they are being converted, will be labeled. So you, the consumers yourself, will be informed that this vehicle is running on, at least partially on CNG. And therefore, you should not expect the same level of transportation cost on that vehicle if it's running partially on CNG.
With this renewed hope initiative, the distribution of free CNG kits to commercial drivers will be on first-come, first-served basis with proper identity and evidence of car registration for commercial purposes.
If this one be easy, it's better for me. How can I manage the price of petrol? This one is easy.
So the cost of the transport will be reduced drastically through the CNG.
As conversion centers grow in number, hopefully this initiative would reduce the current cost of transportation. As Nigeria continues to grapple with the aftermath of devastating floods in Maiduguri, Borno State, and other parts of the country, the federal government has issued an urgent warning about impending flooding along the Niger and Benue rivers. The Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Professor Joseph Utsaif, issued the alert in Abuja on Friday during a press briefing on the flooding situation in Maiduguri. He warned that a large volume of water was flowing through the rivers down to the Niger Delta region, stressing the need for heightened vigilance and proactive measures, particularly in southern Nigeria, to mitigate the effect of potential flooding. Utsaif attributed the flood disaster in Maiduguri and Jere areas of Borno State to the overflow of water from Alau Dam, located about 10 kilometers from Maiduguri city center, due to a massive inflow from Gadabul River, a major tributary of River Yazaram. According to him, the 2024 annual flood outlook publication by the Nigeria Hydrological Services Agency identified high, moderate, and low flood risk areas across the country. Borno, Bauchi, Jigawa, Taraba, Yobe, Benue, Gombe, and several others are among the 31 states listed as high-risk areas. It's been a week of dedication, courage, and efficiency from the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, as the relief agency remains in the forefront of critical relief operations in flood-stricken Maiduguri. With search and rescue missions in full swing, the agency has successfully evacuated over 400 individuals, offering a lifeline to those most affected by the disaster. Sialo Garuba, NEMA's zonal coordinator for Northeast, said NEMA's medical intervention and care unit has reached out to 171 individuals and various camps, delivering essential first aid and medical treatments.
There are still cases of people trapped. We can't ascertain the figure, but we are sure there are into thousands of people. Our people have been moving into the SSS quarters and the 505 axis through the Abaganaram route. They have been bringing in people.
Housing TV can report that the crisis has highlighted severe water shortages, prompting NEMA to deploy its water tanker to supply potable water continuously to Fanami Gubio camp. Moreover, water purification trucks have been dispatched to areas with acute shortages, aiming to treat and recycle flood waters. Addressing additional challenges, Mr. Garba said NEMA has identified a shortage of cooking materials and is working with civil society organizations to distribute extra cooking pots and utensils.
We're trying to avoid the situation of outbreak. The Borno State government directed the Ministry of Environment and Health through the GM Bosepa. They've been able to come and clean up the place.
You're watching Dateline. Let's take this break. We'll be back.
When the city is getting too loud, you need a home. Home is love, peace, and tranquility. Home is Housing TV Africa. Housing TV Africa, your first in housing news.
Moving on, Bauchi State Governor Senator Bala Mohammed has officially launched the construction of 38 kilometers of rural roads in Kurfi local government area, marking a significant step towards improving rural connectivity and development. The project will connect the rural communities of Bara, Ashidu, Tubule, Garing Malam Jode, and Wanka, creating new opportunities for economic growth, social engagement, and access to essential services. At the ceremony in Bara village, Mohammed highlighted the critical role of rural infrastructure in fostering development and enhancing the quality of life for rural residents. He reiterated his administration's commitment to addressing infrastructure gaps in rural areas to promote inclusive growth. He, however, expressed optimism about the project's potential to transform rural communities, noting that it will not only ease the movement of people and goods, but also improve access to markets, education, healthcare, and other vital services.
We have accordingly remained focused on our determination to execute legacy projects that will stand the test of time to support the growing population of the state and transform it into a modern city. It is imperative to note that we have embarked on the construction of over 200 kilometers of rural roads across the local governments in the state in order to create jobs, make transportation of farm produce easy to our farmers, and reduce the prevailing rate of poverty in the state. The Rural Transformation Campaign will not stop until the local government in the state get their fair share of the road infrastructure.
The Emir of Bauchi, Al-Haji Rilwanu Sulaiman Adamu, also praised the initiative, emphasizing the positive impact it would have on the local economy. He noted that farmers and traders would benefit from improved transportation, while residents would have better access to social services. Governor Diko Maru Rada of Katsina State, in collaboration with the Bank of Industry, has launched a major food palliative distribution initiative targeting vulnerable groups across the state. This effort, implemented through the State Emergency Management Agency, SEMA, aims to provide vital support to widows, orphans, and internally displaced persons. Governor Rada expressed deep appreciation for the Bank of Industry's support, highlighting the significance of this initiative in alleviating hardship and addressing the needs of the most vulnerable citizens.
It came at the time that the state needs this kind of assistance. And I must say that on behalf of myself and the good people of Katsina State, we appreciate you. And as she said earlier, and we are seeking for more and more support for the vulnerable of the state.
Mr. Olasupo Olusi, MD CEO of the Bank of Industry, reaffirmed BOI's commitment to social responsibility and emphasizing the crucial role of partnerships in tackling humanitarian challenges.
We're here today to discuss our collaboration and to also bring to your attention a number of critical issues that can really help us to build a strong engagement in the private sector in Katsina State.
We hope that it will be much beneficial to our teeming people, the people of the state. I know the state government has fulfilled its obligation.
The Executive Secretary of SEMA, Ajia Binta Hussaini Dangani, praised the Bank of Industry's proactive approach and assured that the state government would ensure fair distribution of the palliatives. The Bank of Industry also donated 3 billion naira to the Katsina State government to boost local businesses in the state. The head of Civil Service of the Federation, Dr. Didi Esther Wilson Jack, has inaugurated a committee on the consequential adjustments in salaries. Briefing newsmen ahead of the deliberation in Abuja, Nigeria's capital, the head of service said the need for inaugurating the committee arose from provisions of the National Minimum Wage Act 2024 as approved by President Bola Tinubu earlier in July this year. She said the move was aimed at lifting Nigerians out of poverty, creating an enabling environment for prosperity, and enhancing the economic well-being of the working populace of Nigeria, given to the current economic realities.
And the terms of reference of this committee is to develop a template that will be used for the adjustments of salaries due to the new minimum wage.
According to her, the committee is saddled with the responsibility to negotiate and agree on the consequential adjustments in salaries arising from the provisions of the National Minimum Wage Act 2024, as well as to develop the template for ease of implementation of the approved 70,000 naira minimum wage. And that's how we conclude today's edition of Dateline. Hurry now, visit Buy House Nigeria to get into the real estate world. Remember to download Housing TV Africa mobile app on Google Play Store and App Store. Follow our interesting content on all social media platforms at Housing TV Africa. Now, my quote is this: every day is a journey, and the journey itself is home. See you soon. I'm Joyce. Thanks for watching.
Improvements in power generation and supply. That is nothing but president. And to empower living.
This is Housing TV Africa on YouTube.